Hi professionals, as you are aware that we are discussing the 12th principle of PMBOK version 7. So today we are deep in dive of the principle 1, that is stewardship. So are you ready? Let's begin. So these are the 12 principles and we are specifically discussing the stewardship today. So what do you mean by the stewardship? Stewardship, this particular slide we took from the PMBOK version 7. So that means be diligent, respectful and caring steward. So what do you mean by that? It is an very analogical idea about stewardship is you need to take a responsibility. So sometimes in the project management, a project manager having very deliverable based mindset, they don't care about other aspects or contextual things related to the projects, and they don't care about that things. So that attitude needs to be changed with the PMBOK version 7, and that's particular principle, the stewardship. You have to be diligent, respectful and caring the entire ecosystem inside and the outside. So let's discuss in detail about the stewardship. So stewardship encompasses responsibility both within and outside the organization. So inside the organization, it's contain what are the responsibility, and the outside the organization, what are the responsibility you have to be demonstrate, that we are going to discuss. So inside the organization, you have to align with your organization strategy, vision and the mission. So you not need to be compromised on that part. That is the responsibility you have to demonstrate. Second, you have to have that commitment for the fair treatment for the entire ecosystem or whomsoever associated with you in your team, that you have to be take care, and you diligently oversee the organization resources, that no resources should be compressed or suppressed, or they should be equally fairly treated. That is your holistic understanding by means of the stewardship. And you have to appropriately use the authority power assigned to you. So being a project manager, you have that legitimate power, but you have not need to misuse this power. So that is required by means of the stewardship. You should be very fair when using or imposing that power of your stewardship. You should be not compromise on that part. And the outside the organization, you have to be take the environmental sustainability, that you have to be treated well the entire ecosystem. You have to take the external stakeholder, not just to the client but the vendors, suppliers, the whole eco chain you have to be take care, and the society, community or regions in which you are implementing your project, so that you have to be take care that that particular community should not be compromised. And advancing the state of the practice in professional industry, that you have to contribute back to the community, to the project management practices as a whole, so that all things you need to be take care. Certain keywords by which you can recall this stewardship is your integrity, care, trustworthiness, compliances. So these are the 4 keywords which help you to recall the value system derived by this particular principle. So what do you mean by the integrity? It is the honesty and the ethics that you have to be demonstrate. So that is integrity. Empathy for the society, for the resources involved with your or community as a large. Self-reflectiveness. So you should have that holistic idea. You should be contemplate that what you are doing is right or wrong. So that is emotional intelligence you have to be utilized. You have to have that awareness of your own emotions and the emotions of your team. You have to accept the open feedback from the team. You should not have that egoistic mindset. That is means by the integrity. Care, that you have to be diligently oversee the matter beyond the strictly defined responsibility. That means that you should not be think in the silos. You should not think that okay, you have to think only this that directional mindset. No, it is not. You have to have that open mind. You have to go one step beyond and think for the entire community, that you have to take care of all stakeholders involved with your projects, and concern for the people with your inside organization or outside organization, that you have to demonstrate by care. Trustworthiness, and to raise the concern without the fear. So sometimes it may happen that you are facing the conflict of interest. So you not need to be dilute your independent opinion in that process. You have to raise the concern without fear whenever it's required in the project. Trustworthiness represent your team accurately with the authority. You should not manipulate them. Means sometimes it may not happen that you are manipulating the rosy picture or manipulating the things which is not happening. It is the trustworthiness that you should represent the correct picture to the authority or whomsoever asked, and make decisions appropriately for something, that is by means of the trustworthiness, and protect the projects from breaches of trust across the ecosystem, that is the trustworthiness. And the compliances, you have to comply with the laws, rules and regulation of that particular land. Means sometimes it may happen that particular project is in some remote area and there are rules and regulations. You should respect the countries in which your project is governed. So that is my means of the stewardship. So these are the keywords which you need to recall to remember this particular principle. It may happen that you might be confused that this is related to the code of ethics. Yes, it is related to code of ethics, but it is not code of ethics. Code of ethics is the statement of guiding things that is documented, but it is the qualities that you need to demonstrate, the behavioral aspects of the code of ethics, that is the stewardship principles that is expected by the project management community, that as a project manager you have to demonstrate this aspect of the stewardship. To make it easy for you to understand, I had indicating certain examples, like the example of the air hostess is showcasing the stewardship. So in the flight, you have traveled from one source to the destination. So you can fly without the air hostess as well. But air hostess provide that comfort level. She take care of, or she will taking care of the all passengers who is flying. So without air hostess you can fly, but air hostess make your life easy. So that is the quality a project manager should demonstrate for the team to the stakeholder to make their life. He or she needs to take care of the people associated with the project. One good example, like the nurturing the plant. So you have to take care of the entire plant. You have to take care of whether it get proper water, sun rays, or each and everything. So how we nurture the plant to bigger tree, the same quality we have to demonstrate by means of the stewardship, the way we grow the family. So certain aspects which you demonstrate in your family value system, you have to be demonstrate the same into the stewardship in the project aspects. So there is nothing new, because you might think that this is something what you know from very beginning, that why it's introduced by the PMI this time, because we know many things, but it is not the way we are implementing. So PMI wants to put emphasis on how we demonstrating. It's require massive efforts to implement this stewardship principle in the ecosystem in which you are working. So I hope you recall these principles and you implement these principles. This help the community as a large. Thank you very much for your kind attention for these principles. Stay tuned for the understanding of the next principles. Thank you very much.